Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new Minecraft video. Today we are going to talk about D-Deck, the Saloon Deck, which I have finished. So we'll start by getting rid of this thing. We now have 4 decks left to go. 5 updates left to go before the thing is entirely done. And yeah, no, it's this whole thing is going great. I am actually incredibly happy with how this has been turning out. Um, so yeah, here you can see the ship's profile and all that stuff. You can see all kinds of crazy things. Let's go ahead and go over kind of what things are like on the decks below. Just kind of show off that a little bit. You know, here we got the very back of the steward's quarters. We've got the top deck of this little hatch, escape hatch. And then we've got the deck above that, so. What else have we got kind of down below? Second class. Second class now has stuff that's been, like, covered over. Kind of here's what all that looks like. Here's what a second class cabin looks like with a roof over it. Ta-da! With the porthole. We've got kind of 2 sections that are like this, so that's the first one. Then the second one, I also widened the staircase. You know, you can see the boarding area back here for second class, so that's where you would start if you were to just kind of be a second class passenger. For first class, which, ooh, man, I am really, really super excited to show you all a lot of this stuff. I need to get there we go. Gate. Birch, I believe I've been using? Yes. Nope. Not like that. There we go. Okay, so now I've got the elevator in place. This is kind of what this all looks like down here. First class, I guess we've got 4 cabins to go over. This is what the pink one looks like, fully covered. Green one looks like fully covered. What the blue one looks like fully covered. What the red one looks like fully covered. And, you know, that's about it. That's, you know, what first class looks like down below. You've obviously got, like, third class and crew and stuff. I guess we can kind of go over the crew stuff. Kind of what that looks like from below. You know. This room, I guess, is really the big one because it's got, like, all the tables and chairs and stuff. Without further ado, I think it's about time we actually start going over the next deck up, which I am very, very excited to show off. If you're kind of skirting along here, you can kind of see where certain things begin to poke out to the next deck up. Because we've got a few really cool things to show off. So let's go ahead and do that. So at the very back of the ship, we've got the bathroom. This isn't very well representative of what it actually looks like on the deck plans, but I'm obviously very, you know, cramped for space with where all this is. So sorry about that. Here we've got more stuff with just steward quarters, stuff like that. It says there's a cargo hatch here, but you don't see that on this deck, so I'm just turning it into a skylight. I was also, you know, looking at the final departure film, and it looked more like a skylight than a cargo hatch. And that, like, as I kind of talked about here, you got another skylight for this. It is now just called a hatch instead of a trunk. So, yeah, maybe there's like a ladder that's supposed to be running up it. I'll just go ahead and make it a skylight. Here we have a bunch of cooks and bakers and stuff back here, actually. I was always under the assumption this was like stewardesses and stuff, but this is cooks and bakers and whatnot. So, you know, that's kind of neat. We have bathrooms for second class. We have second class stairs kind of going up. we've got the barber shop right here. And then we've got, more stairs, and the second-class dining room, which is kind of a big thing. I did my best. I very much based the second-class dining room for this off of the, if any of you have played Particular Particles Lusitania sailing simulation, that's what this is all based off of. I did my best to recreate that environment for this, and I think I did an okay job, all things considered. Not great, not terrible, but, just okay. Heading further up here, we've got the... Let me get my deck plans lined up. Second class pantry right here. The fireman's galley here, which I did not have a lot of room. The engine hatches are a little awkward in their placing, and they do actually shrink on between this deck and the next one up, so I am going to include that. Got the fireman's escape ladder, or stairs there. Here we've got the drying room, the bread room. Actually, I think that's supposed to, yeah, that's the pantry scullery, the drying and bread rooms. We've got, on this side, we have the cold room, I guess no. Bar, cold room, cold larder, and the gallery, or the galley scullery, whatever that means. Here we have the bake shop and bakehouse. I kind of used this to represent like the big baking ovens that they use. Here we have the first and second class galley, stairs going up. We have the pantry scullery, sculleries on both sides here. We have the silver room, still room. Oh wait, no, okay. Yeah, silver. This is the still room, silver room. Fruit room is this one, and the bar is this one for first class. Yeah, I'm assuming these they're like little rooms kind of between all of these areas. So I'm assuming I'm taking the creative liberty in saying that they are, preparation rooms for the different dining rooms. And then heading forward, we have the first class dining room, which is obviously very monumental to this project. It is, if you know any of the Lusitania's interiors, this is undoubtedly the room you know, just because it is the first class dining room. It was the massive 3-story tall centerpiece of the ship. We've got the kind of well over it. We're going to have the next deck up, and then the dome up above that. It's going to be great. We've got a lot of stuff coming up on that stuff. We've got, obviously we've had the hatches down to the boiler rooms as well, or the vents down to the boiler rooms. Now, this is interesting. There are supposed to be vents that go kind of between the boiler rooms, but I have no idea where those would lead, so we'll just kind of fill those in with, like, dummy things. Unlike these, which are going to be actual escape hatches. We have the next deck up of the grand staircase. I added signs for all that stuff. We have more cabins, some of which ended up getting squished down to kind of the second and third class size of cabins. We've got third class stairs. That's not filled in properly. Okay, it is on the other side though. Third class stairs, they obviously don't go out to anything. We've got more washrooms and stuff like that. And then we have kind of these weird little areas which have gone through quite a few changes since you've last seen them. I think first and foremost we kind of need to address this area, because that used to be open, and the cabins also Actually, no, it's not that one. Is it? No, yeah, it's that one. I forgot to move this cargo hatch between decks, like between these two decks, so these cabins got shuffled around a little bit. And we've also got the third class dining room. Um, Obviously, a lot of stuff going on here. I used a reference picture that I'm not entirely sure is actually of. It might be of the Mauritania. I don't really know. Um, but this is going to be the working representation of the you know of the Lusitania's third class dining room. We've got kind of this weird area here. I'm not honestly entirely sure what this is for. But then up all the way ahead, we have a bunch of stewards. That's what all this is for. And I just realized I forgot to put an entire cabin in. Actually, we can... So if I do it like that... Yeah, that's more stewards. And just put a door there. Get the stairs. Make shelves. There we go. It now fits. And that is it for D deck. On to C deck. C deck is also going to be pretty monumental because that is going to be where we get to the upper decks of the ship, where we're going to start seeing like promenades and like outside stuff and all that, which is like, once again, very monumental. Like once we're on the upper deck, you're going to see exactly where the forward and after superstructures fall. Yeah, gonna have the second class one, which is gonna stretch to kind of about these pillars here. I'm thinking. I don't really. And then like, we're gonna have a very thin boardwalk between like A deck's already getting kind of screwed because things are getting really complicated with where these are ending up. But I think I'm doing an okay job still. I hope. I'm not entirely sure. But, the farther up we get, the more wrong or right it'll look. And the more we'll just kind of have to see. Because that's another thing. I'm noticing that a lot of things don't quite line up on the deck plans. Like, you have a lot of staircases that lead like on the deck plans I'm using. You have a lot of staircases that lead nowhere. You have a lot of rooms and stuff that it's like, the hatches and stuff, the vents, they, go down to nowhere. They go up to nowhere. Like, stairs. You have, like, there's one. I'll actually talk about it right now. Right about over here somewhere, kind of here-ish, you have a set of stairs that leads up and down. These stairs are not really featured down there. These stairs are not really featured on C deck. So why they're there, I have no idea. But they're marked as third class, and that's about all I really know about them. I can't include them because they don't go anywhere. It's very, very frustrating. But the higher up we get, the better things are gonna get. I think the upper decks are much better photographed and shown, and we just know more about them than we do about these like lower decks. Which this is kind of the first deck where things are starting to get a little bit more clear. But I think once we get to the superstructure decks, it's like real obvious. But yeah, no, we are progressing. Things are going to get real fun after this on the next deck, and I'm very excited to get that done and then show it off. So yeah. Oh, and I also got a new keyboard, by the way. So I'm not sure if you've really seen it on any videos if I've let that get out anywhere, but my keyboard was having all sorts of issues. Like, I would press the forward key and it wouldn't do anything. And then, like 20, 30 seconds later, it would actually start moving, which was great while I was, trying to film things or trying to build things or trying to do anything really. This keyboard that I just got seems to work a lot better. Um, so expect a lot of the projects that have kind of slowed down to pick back up a little bit again. Stormworks, I kind of burnt myself out on that one. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but we are going to be getting a lot more of this. We're going to be getting a lot more. Hopefully, I'll be finishing up that shipwrecked project. Hopefully, I'll be finishing up a lot of things. Um, but this is probably my first and foremost project right now. And yeah, um, without further ado, I think I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to you lot and just get back to work on this. Bye bye.